a creek. You see, this is a flowing creek, comes from kind of the south of the valley and joins Silverbow Creek just in a couple of 100 meters from here. I'm sorry, I'm too metric. I would just say stupid thing if I would say feet or yards or whatever. I have no idea what they mean. Okay, so this is a nicer creek. It has also some issues to it, but it's a living water. It has fish in it. It has macroinvertebrates in it. But because it was flowing through a contaminated valley that put in contaminations from all over the place, coming from up there and from the tailings, it still has some points that needs to be taken care of. What actually I would like to tell, from 1999, that was the year where they started to clean up that part of the valley. And basically, it took them up till 2013 till they get down to Warm Springs. So that's a lot of years, and it's a lot of money. They actually, after the lawsuit for this area, it was, I think, $89 million? And that was enough for a couple of miles of the cleanup. So until they get down to Warm Springs, it was 130 millions or so. And the money that actually they got, it was in the bank and it earned interest. So basically they were able to call it. So the restoration is kind of a process from basically a couple of miles or a mile from us down to 23 miles till Warm Springs, but it's every segment is different, because this is the oldest section. As we go further and further, there will be younger and younger restoration approaches. You can see these willows. There's a embankment here and everything that's all artificial, but the willows actually are coming in here voluntarily. This is sandbar willow, one of the most frequent native species that actually goes along the creeks here, and it's a good species also for restoration purposes. And they applied, actually, what you see here, it was tailings, it was taken out, everything was hauled to Opportunity Ponds, and it was seeded in mainly with crested wheatgrass that you see as the most dominant grass. There's changes happening, but really slowly, because I will talk more about crested wheatgrass, but it's a Eurasian species, and it kind of stops succession, natural succession. Oh. Does it show up that I'm talking? Yep. Okay. Because I forgot to actually put it up here.
This is what shows that you're talking, right?
Yes, so now you are recording right now. Yeah. You can turn it off, but it doesn't matter. So you see here, this is, they used in the early decades of the restoration, or I would say in the beginning, remediation and reclamation. They used the seed mix, that is again crested wheatgrass. It's a bunch grass, and you see it forms actually a dense mat. But what it does also is it creates these big tussocks. For example, if you look at here, this individual there's just a plant. It's just one individual, and it will actually be able to live up till 40 years, and it just kind of grows bigger and bigger. It outcompetes the nearby plant. So if this is a newer established little crested wheatgrass here, I see that, has no chance next to it. Basically what it does, it creates kind of an empty surface around it, because its root system is taking up all the moisture. It just creates its own little niche, and next to it maybe that will be the next most competitive, because it looks like that's a really nice and big individual. So in between them there will be bare spots that we don't want. So these are again reclamation grasses, and they were not evaluated for long-term success. because we don't want erosion, we don't want empty spots happening. And what it also does in a longer amount of time, it actually accumulates a lot of leaf litter around it. You can see it here, just that it's really decomposing really slowly. It has new chemicals to it. It has allelopathic potential, so its chemicals are not known to other native species, so therefore it's also highly competitive with other species. There is a native species, this is an aster, and a western aster.